Hey everybody, this is Coach Eddie Young, and you're back with the Middle School Football Academy. This is our inaugural summer clinic, and I'm so glad to have my brother, Coach Kempton. He's coming actually not that far away. We've had some coaches from Germany, some from Tennessee and Texas. My brother is straight down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Coach Kempton, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome, Coach. Thank you for all the hard work you put into this, and what a great gift that you provided giving back this great game to all the coaches. So hats off to you, Coach.
I thank you. I appreciate you, sir. And I tell you what, I know you have a great presentation. Here's the deal. We have talked offense basically all day long. So I am ready to hear some defense. So I'm going to slide out of the way, get you going. All right, my brother?
All right, thanks, Coach. All right, guys. As Coach said, it's been all. I looked at the outline. It's been all offense today. Like that's today's society. I mean, in the landscape of football, it's crazy. So we're going to talk some defense because you can have the greatest offense, but if you can't shut people down, then it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bounce back and forth a little bit between my PowerPoint and some video. I don't want to go through everything on the PowerPoint because you guys can read it. You'll get a recording of this, and I'll give you my contact information, which is right here. So here's my email. Here's my cell number. I have two YouTube channels. One of them is Southern Chill Football, and the other one is at 46 Hawk. And so just let me give you a little background on that. We moved here from Florida, and my buddy and I, during COVID, created System Overload, which is our 3-3 stack 46 bear package. And we created over 60 2D animated slides of our entire 3-3 package, our entire 46 package. It's all on there for free. If you go to Southern Chill Football, I've got some videos on my page at 46 Hawk. It's all free. You guys can go on there. So the number one thing, obviously, that on defense that you got to do at any level is stop the run. And especially at the middle school level, I would think you guys, probably your number one priority defensively is stopping the run. And I've been coaching at various levels between the college level for 16 years and high school. I've been 34 years coaching, head coach at high school, defensive coordinator in college, semi-pro, kind of a little bit of everything. Never coached middle school. But what I can tell you is the 46 Bear defense, if I was going to coach middle school and I wanted to stop the run, that would be the defense that I would run. So I thought I would share with you guys what our 46 package looks like. I'm not going to go through everything on here, but I just want to kind of give you an outline of it so you can see what it looks like. And then we're going to flip over to the video from when I was at Bates College, Division III liberal arts college up in New England, and take you through that so you guys can get a really good look. If you guys need anything whatsoever, manuals, I shared a bunch of manuals on the defensive coordinator page, on the Facebook defensive coordinator page. I've got all kinds of stuff, and I would be more than happy to share anything that I can with you guys. Reach out to me, text me, call me, email me, however you want to do it. Anything I can do to share with you guys to help you out, I'd be more than happy to. That's what is great about this brotherhood that we're all in is sharing with each other. I don't have all the answers. Everything that I've got here, I stole from somebody else. And I think one of the greatest gifts is to be able to, pay it forward and share things. So our 46 package bears, it's a high pressure front. We're going to commit 9 guys to stopping the run. It's also a great package versus the pass. And you'll see that on the slides. Actually, our first slide is versus 10 personnel. So kind of the theory of playing bear just for heavy personnel, 2 tight ends, 2 backs, 3 backs, is not true. We played it versus everything from empty to 3 back, 2 tight end sets. It's a great short yardage goal line package, but you can also, we play it obviously a ton upfield. The big thing is a lot of different ways to play the 46 from Buddy Ryan back in the day. Ours is a little bit different, and one of the things that really makes it unique and great versus the run is we're always going to be +1 in the box. So no matter what you give us for a formation or a backfield set, we're always going to outnumber you in the box. And we'll go over that. So the free safety is the adjuster. Let's move on to the next slide here. Okay, so our base is, we're a 3-3 stack team. That's our base defense. But when we first started playing bear, we were an 8-man front, up G, 4-4 defense. So it doesn't matter what defense you play. It's just how you get into bear from your defense. With the 3-3, it's really easy. So here's what we look like in our 3-3 stack. We're a field-based team, so we always deploy our players to the field. And these 3 guys right here, our Rover, our Viper, and our Sam. So this is our strong side defensive end, a strong side linebacker, and our strong side down safety or outside linebacker. We call them down safeties. These 3 guys travel to the call. The will, the anchor, and the outlaw, these 3 guys go opposite. The nose and the mic are always in the middle. And then your 2 corners and your free. We've played field and boundary. We've played left and right. However you want to do it, it doesn't matter. But this is what we look like in our 3-3 stack. When we go to bear, bear robber. Robber is our coverage that we play with it because it's not really a true man-free. We do play man-free with it, but it's not man-free. So that's the coverage call. So from our 3-3 stack, our Viper and our anchor are 5 techniques, and they just reduce down to 3s. The nose doesn't go anywhere. So that gives you your TNT look inside, a 3, a 0, and a 3. Okay. Our Rover and our Will, go back to our 3-3 stack. Our outside linebackers are our edge players. They're just going to walk up onto the line of scrimmage, and they become your edge guys. Okay. So here's your Rover and your Will. There's your 2 edge guys. They are bend and spill players. They have no contained responsibility. They are going to spill every block, wrong arm it, underneath everything, chase everything down. They have no boot responsibility. They have no contained responsibility. We're going to cut these guys loose and let them come down hard and bend and spill. You'll see some great clips on the video of those guys doing that. Okay. Our Sam, our Mike, and our Outlaw, go back here. Our Sam, our Mike, and our Outlaw are our 3 stack linebackers in our 3-3. Okay. If we have time and get to it, the rules that you apply to the 46 hold true versus all formations. So the number 1 rule for the Sam and the Outlaw is, do I have a tight end or don't I have a tight end? If I have a tight end, I walk down and I play him man-to-man. So we go to the next slide right here. The Sam linebacker has a tight end. He walks down, he plays him man. The Outlaw walks down, plays him man. These guys are playing a heavy inside shade, splitting the crotch of the tight end with their eyes fixed in a 2-point stance, eyes fixed on the tight end. They're not looking at the football because they're playing man-to-man on the tight end. So common mistake kids are going to make is they're going to want to peek inside. The ball is snapped, the tight end releases, and he's looking back here and he's gone. Okay. So we really spend a lot of time on these guys getting their eyes fixed on the tight end. On the snap of the ball, they're getting hands-on. They are not a C-gap player. They're a bonus C-gap player, because if this tight end blocks the Sam or this tight end blocks the outlaw, then the rover or the will are coming hard off the edge and they become the C-gap player. So you're not fork-tonguing. I don't know if you guys heard that word before. Maybe it's a Northeast thing. You're not asking this kid to play man-to-man and to be a C-gap player. You can't do that. It's not fair to the kid. So don't fork-tongue the kid. He's got him man-to-man. If he gets his hands on it, run happens, and he gets in the mix, great. But he doesn't have a gap in this defense, okay? Obviously, the two TNTs in here, the three techniques, the Viper, this would be the Viper and the Anchor, they are B-gap players. And the nose, we've done a lot of different things with this guy. We've had a 300-pounder in here. We've had a 240-pounder in here. The thing that we tell this nose guard, just like we do in our 3-3 stack, is assault the center. Attack the center's snap hand, knock him back, and play football. Let your second-level guys make you right. One of the things I always tell the defensive line, my defensive line coaches, is the D-line can never be wrong. These guys, your second-level guys, got to make them right. So we just cut this kid loose and we let him. Doesn't matter if he gets reach and he backdoors it, it's fine. These guys are going to make him right in here. So let this kid, you can play with any size kid in there that you have. Preferably, what I like is I want a wrestler. I want a heavyweight wrestler, but I'll take an undersized wrestler and put that kid in there and just let him go, okay? So, guys, I apologize. I'm going to get off on a tangent a little bit here and there, but I'll try to give you kind of an idea of everything here. All right. So we go back to our 3. So the Viper is down to a 3, the Anchor is down to a 3, the nose is there, the Sam's got a tight end, he walks down, the Outlaw's got a tight end, he walks down. The Rover and the Will are our edge guys, so they walk up on the line of scrimmage. And I have in the PowerPoint, I have position by position. I'll show you. Edge players, Rover and Will, alignment, keys, run to, run away. It's all in here, okay? So I'm not going to go through read all of this stuff. I don't have time. We'll be here for 3 hours. You guys can read that. Okay, but it's all in there. Tells you exactly what to do by position. Rover and Will are up on the edge. They're coming off the edge. The Mike is always a box player. He never leaves the box. He's going to be in the box no matter what. We call these second-level guys in Bear, we call them C-split players, because their stance is going to split the C-gap, because they are scrape contain players to a spill player. So if the ball was to come this way and this tight end blocked down and this Rover came off the edge, whatever he got for a block, a pull, front side pull, backside pull, H-back stepping off, kicking out on power, counter, whatever it may be, this guy is going to spill it. The free is going to scrape over the top and be the contained player. This is your bonus player because they don't have anybody to account for him. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys in the box. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're +1. You can't get to the backside C-split player. So he's going to scrape and fit where needed. So if we get it spilled and he's over the top and he forces it back in, this guy's coming across. All right. So our corners are playing man-to-man. Their rule is number 1, man-to-man. Okay. Number 1 could be anywhere outside the tight end. Could be a wing, could be a slot, could be a normal flanker. Wherever number 1 is, he's got him man-to-man. He's got him man-to-man. And the free safety is our adjuster. All right. And I'll give you his rules here in a minute. All right. So 2 backs, we're going to have 1 back, we're going to have 2 backers in the box. 2 backs, we're going to have 3 backers in the box. Let's go to the next slide because it's our edge players. There's our 3 techniques. There's our 0. There's our Sam and our Outlaw. Our C-split players could be a bunch of different guys. So you're training a bunch of guys there. The corners, okay, we can move into it. All right, I'm going to get out of this now. Now that you guys got kind of an idea, let's go back. Okay, here's our 3-3 stack. Here's what our bear looks like. Now let's get out of this and let's pull up some video here. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, so our very first clip right here is verse 10 personnel. 2 receivers here, 2 receivers here, quarterback, running back. So we're in bear, verse 10 personnel. So the old school way of you can only play it versus 2 backs and all that stuff is crap. Here's us playing it versus 2 backs. So they have 1 back in the backfield. We have 2 C-split players. Here's our corner, okay? Free, our outlaw, our corner, okay? Our Mike and our Sam here in the box, right? Here's our Rover. Here's our Will. There's our edge guys. And then you'll get a tight copy. You'll be able to see how we get a line versus this. So they have 1 back in the backfield. The old way of playing bear, when you played a free safety in the middle and versus 1 back, you had 1 backer. Teams that are running zone read, you're down a guy. So if they run zone read, the QB pulls it, the free safety's got to come from back here to be a factor in the play. The way we're playing it now is if we get zone read, which we do on this play right here, we get zone read bubble. Our edge guy is going to come down on the dive, and then our C-split player is going to scrape for the quarterback. All right, so let's let this play. All right, let me give you a good look at it here. Let me take it back. Okay, here's our nose. Here's our viper. Here's our anchor. There's your 2-3 techniques. There's your 0. Here's our rover coming off the edge. Here's our Will coming off the edge. Here's our Mike and our Sam, our 2 C-split players. So there's the C gap. He's splitting it. There's the C gap. He's splitting it. So if this tackle blocks down, our Will is going to bend for the dive, and this guy is going to scrape for the Q, and he's going to add in and fit. All right. So there it is. There's our edge guy. Okay, so now on this play right here, if I was to go back on it, he's wrong. He's only got to cross read and play the dive because he's got no quarterback threat coming out to his side. And he runs up the field. He should be shuffling and fitting. And then if we don't make the play over here, he's going to be the factor in the play. Okay, but that's verse 10 personnel. So all that theory of, okay, here we go. Now we got a verse 2 backs, right? 2 backs, pro formation, gun pistol, strong. 2 backs, 3 backers. So now we have our free safety down in the box. Corners, playing man-to-man. You can play, we've played it all. You can play press man. You can play off man. You can mix it up. We've had times where one of our kids was a great press man guy. The other guy was a better off man guy. We let him do that. So here's what we look like here. Here's our rover. Here's our Will. Let's go to the tight, show you what we look like here. Okay, so don't know if you guys can catch this on this in here, but here's what they did. They gave us the tight end lined up at tackle. They gave us a 3-man surface with the tackle lined up at tight end. Okay. So all we do is we kick the front on this so that the Sam and the Outlaw, their rule is I got a tight end. Well, if my tight end's lined up at tackle, I'm going to kick the front the other way. All right. Simple rule. So they're trying to mess around with us a little bit here. Give us a 3-man surface with a tackle. All right. So they block down on the Outlaw. They're trying to run power without a pull. Okay, so they block down here. Here's our rover coming. He's got the fullback coming to kick him out. There's your spill. They got nobody to block the backside edge guy. Here's his bend. Here's our scrape player on the front side. It gets spilled. The ball has to bounce. There's your scrape player, unblocked. Here's your backside edge guy, unblocked. And we've got 2 on the ball. Okay. Trips formation. 3 receiver set, tight end off the line of scrimmage, call it H off, single receiver backside. Okay. So here we are. Here's our rover. Our tight end is down on the H. Some intricate decisions here with this guy. We've gone back and forth with that. If you can come down and play him man-to-man, come down and play him. If he's too far in the backfield, step back and become a C-split and count him as a backfield set. Okay, that's the way we've handled that. Here, he figures he can come down and play him. All right, so we got 3 receivers set. Okay, here's our free down on number 2. He's the adjuster. So his number 1 rule is going to be too strong. So he comes down here. Here's our corner. Here's our corner into the boundary. Tight end's down. Sam is down in the tight end. And here's our 2-backer box. Okay, let's get a look at it on the tight here. Okay, so here's our Sam linebacker on the tight end. There's our Mike, C-split. There's our Outlaw, C-split. Our Will, 3 technique, 0, 3 technique. Our rover, okay. Corner. They're running full zone. They're cutting on the backside. They can't block the edge guy. And there's our rover in on the play on the front side. Okay. Let's take a look right here. See what we get. We get zone, 1-on-1, 1-on-1. Okay. They can't get to the front side C-split player. And here's his fit. Okay. So what he got here, we got reach or fan on our edge guy. So now this guy becomes the contain player because he doesn't get a down block. The rover and the Will, your edge guys, versus any down block, they bend and spill. But obviously you can't bend and spill versus a reach or a fan. So now this guy is going to fit off of him. So he becomes the contain player. And now he's going to fit where needed. These C-split players, whoever they are full flow read guys. They are backfield flow. There's no surface read. They don't read any linemen because all the linemen are covered. So you can't get a read off a lineman because they're covered. So we're flow reads, which allows you to go fast. Okay, so here it is. Now here's your 3 technique. Up the field, kicking ass, and here's your C-split player, reading flow, tracking the path of the back, and he fits in there right on the front side. We get this thing jammed up, and here's your backside C-split player. If the quarterback was to come out on the backside, here's your quarterback player. your backside C split. He gets flow away. Cue comes. I got him. So you watch the mic. See the mic? He's not running to the front side because he gets down blocked. The edge guy bends and spills, takes the dive, and I'm scraping for the cue. So if that cue was to come out right now, they got nobody to block him. Because again, we're always +1. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is friggin' great. All right, let's go. Okay. Where'd we go here? Okay, I already saw that one. All right here. Okay, now we're down in the down towards the goal line in the hut zone inside the 10. Played it upfield. You guys have seen that. Played it versus 10 personnel, versus 21, versus 11, playing it versus everything. Now we're playing the same deal as the goal line. So you want a built-in, think about how much time you spend on a separate goal line defense that you have to take practice time out of, that you only run when you get down to the goal line. But here you have a package that you can run upfield, you can run it anywhere on the field, and it's a great short yardage goal line defense. I mean, talk about cutting down practice time and teaching time, which we all know how precious that time is. So here we're inside the 10-yard line. We got a condensed formation here, one back. We got a tight end here. We got a condensed number 2. So it's an 11 personnel set with a condensed formation. All right. Here's pass. All right. So let's talk about pass here and our pass responsibilities in it. Obviously, the corners have number 1. All right. This guy is a number 2. He's strong. Free safety's got him. C-split player, track the back. Where flow read, you got the back man-to-man. Here's the great thing about it. If the back blocks, we blitz engage the back, both guys. So we're going to add in. So it's great versus screens. Teams struggle to run screens versus us because we blitz engage the running back when he blocks. But here, we got him man. All right, so let's take a look at it. Corner's got number 1. Free safety's got number 2. Right there. Here's the back out. There's your C-split player. Inside leverage, okay? C-split, leverage. That's why we don't want these guys inside. They got to be able to get over the top, and they got to be able to get out to a back going out of the backfield. So we've got leverage on the back right now. If we're in here, we're out leverage, we're chasing it, right? So now what should happen here is he's got number 2. He's got the back. The quarterback drops back right here. This Mike linebacker, here's our outlaw down on the tight end. Here's our Will. This Mike linebacker should add in on the pressure. Okay? He should add in on the blitz. Let's see if he does it here. Okay? And he was great at it. He had got a ton of sacks. So look at the protection now. They're releasing the back. Okay? One-on-one, tackle on the edge guy, guard on the 3 technique, center on the nose, guard on the 3 technique, tackle on the outlaw linebacker that was down. Okay? Tight end on the edge guy. They have nobody to block to account for this guy in pass protection. He starts to go that way. That was just his feel, but that's pretty good. And we undercut that, and that's pretty awesome. Okay. All right. Let's take a look real quick here. All right. So we got one back again. We got 11 personnel. Here's the tight end. We're down on the tight end right here. He goes in motion. All we're going to do is step off, bump it over. Okay, here's our free down on number 2. So now this linebacker would take that guy in motion. He comes back to the C split. We're treating this like 2 backs. There's our 3 backer box. Okay. Take a look at it here. Here's our mic. So this is a tight look right here. See how this guy is like stacked behind the tackle? I wouldn't have come down here. I would have bumped this thing back, moved the mic over to the middle, bumped him back, and treated this like a two-back set. But he felt he could come down, so that's fine. So now when he motions, we bump it. There you go. He steps back, becomes the C-split player. He's got the back. The mic becomes the free hitter in the middle, and he now treats this as a fullback, and he would take him here. We're getting all zone to the front side. And watch our front side linebacker here. Let's see what we get for a block. Okay, zone, zone. Tackle zones to the edge guy. So now he's got to track the path of the back. His shoulders are perpendicular. There's no cutback threat here. This guy should rip and run. He should run over the top right now. He's going fast outside. There he goes. He's gone. He should go hard. And there is your front side C-split player right there, because that back shoulders were perpendicular. He ran over the top, and there's your play. Okay, last one, we'll go back to some PowerPoint stuff. See what we get here. Okay, so now this guy, this is the tight end. They're using him as a fullback for sure. So he's back in the backfield. So we're treating this as a two-back set. Okay. So we're going to have a three-backer box. Behind the goalpost, 1, 2, 3. Edge guy, little too wide right here. He's to the field. I get it, but he's got to be tighter. This is what that alignment should look like. I've got the alignments written down by position. Okay. So we're getting split zone. Okay. Zone back. They're bringing this guy back to block our edge guy. They're zoning it hard front side and running inside zone to the front. And they're blocking back on our edge guy to account for us and bear. Okay. See that? He's going to block back on our edge guy. They're going to zone. They're going to zone, 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 block back, inside zone. We're still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 guys with the ball carrier. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. +1. I don't know what defense you guys run, but if you can tell me that I can be +1 all the time, I'm going to do it. Okay? Especially versus the run. So let's see how they block it here. Zoning to the edge guy. Zoning to the 3. Zoning to the nose to the mic. Zoning the 3 technique. Cut off backside. Block the edge guy. Nobody to block him. Nobody to block him. They could come off this double team and try to get there, but they got nobody to block the front side C-split player. Right there. Can't account for him. We've got an extra guy. There he is. Okay? All right, let me get out of this. Let me bounce back to the PowerPoint. I know where I am time-wise. 6:33, not bad. Okay, here we go. Okay, so there you are, what we just talked about. Edge players are Rover and Will. Our base alignment, okay, can be in a 2 or 3-point stance, depending on who you have and how you get into the defense from your base defense. If you're 4-4 and you're playing your defensive ends there, they can be in a 3. Okay, here's all your keys and what you're doing there. All right, 3 techniques. Be aggressive, wreak havoc. We want to control the B gap. We don't want to be too tight in there for sure. Okay, nose guard. You can slant that guy in there if you want. I'll show you some things with that. Our tight ends, our Sam and Outlaw, who are playing the tight ends. Toughest position to play. You got to spend some time on that. If you have one of your coaches and you're breaking up, how we used to do it, we had one coach work with the TNT group on the inside. We had one group work with the Rover and Will, our edge players. We had one coach work with our Sam and our Outlaw playing down on the tight end. And then, of course, you have your corners. But heavy inside shade, 2-point stance, eyes fixed on the tight end. Got to key the tight end, the tight end, the tight end. You're a bonus C-gap defender. Okay. Your reads, reach block, fan, kick out, slam release, man-to-man. Okay. You guys can read all that. Here's our C-split players. We want those guys at a 5-yard depth because they're covered up. I always tell them, let the front do the work right here. Let the front do the work. Don't get caught up in the wash. Be able to get over the top. So we put those guys, their heels at 5 yards, and they're going to let the front do the work. Their flow read all the way, and they're going to be able to scrape over the top versus a down block. So their Rover and Will are going to spill everything to them. Okay. Corners, play press or man. Okay. We always worked 3 different levels with this: line of scrimmage skills, feet, hip, hands, 0 to 5 yards, receiving skills, reading the hip from 5 to 15 yards, and then deep ball skills, ear hold of hands plus 15. That's kind of the progression that we work with those guys on. Okay, so here we move to it a lot. It's great. We line up in our 3-3. We make a move call. We reduce down. We walk down. We come down in the tight end if we got it. Can press, whatever. Easy move, but it completely changes things up because now your whole interior is covered. You go from a 3-man front to a 5 or 6 or 7-man front. This is just some different formations, show you how we line up versus them. I'm not going to spend time on that. We have played some bear free, where we only go with a 1 backer box versus one back in the backfield. This is in pass situations. So now we get a post player with our free safety. It takes us out of the +1. That would be in more of a pass situation. We'd run that. We can play some zone with it, kind of a 3 under, 3 deep hot zone. We're playing third, and then we're playing like we do in our 3-3 stack blitz package. We call these guys skiff players, SCF, which stands for seam, curl, flat. So we want to protect the seam, we want to work to the curl, and we want to let the ball bring you down to the flat. We're going to give up those underneath throws, but we always want to protect the hot throws in the seams. So these guys would be seam, curl, flat, and he'd be your hole dropper. Okay, so once in a while, play some zone with it if you wanted to. Versus some 3-man surface tight end stuff, we can crash it. If we're getting hurt in the C gap, a lot of times what teams will do is they'll fan on that edge guy and they'll kick the Sam linebacker or the Outlaw, which is a tough read for him because he's reading the tight end. The tight end steps out, I step out with him. The fullback comes and kicks me. That's a tough read. So if you're getting some of that heavy 3-man surface run, you can put the free on the tight end and crash your man-to-man player that's on the tight end, your Sam and your Outlaw. You can bring the mic, just exchange, double A gap stuff inside. We've all done that. Here's a big one for us in pass. I told you that we tell these, the Rover and the Will, they're bend and spill players. They're coming off the edge. They're going to spill every block. They're going to make the ball bounce. But if we want to play this in a pass situation and we don't want those guys coming on a bend and spill path and we want to pressure the quarterback off the edge, then we're going to call rocket. And now it takes these guys and makes them the contained players and makes them fit, the C-split players fit inside of these guys. So now they are coming hard 2 yards outside the deepest remaining back, and they're going after the quarterback. It's a great change up in pass situations to allow these guys. It's just like bringing these guys off the edge like we do in our 3-3 stack. But now you're not asking these guys to time their blitz. They're usually coming from depth out here, and they got to creep, and then they got to hit it, and they got to time it. Well, now they're hitting it from the line of scrimmage. So if you want immediate pressure versus the pass, put them on the line of scrimmage, get in bare, and make a rocket call and let them go. All right? So that's a great change up versus the pass. Slant and angle. You can slant those three interior guys strong, slant them weak. That's a simple thing to do, but changes it up. You want to get fancy with it. In the past situation, this has been really good for us, especially versus 10 personnel. In pass, we make a rocket call, and we put these guys up the field like I just talked about, and then we'll run a three-man game in here where we slant the nose and the three technique and loop the three back underneath. Almost, I don't know if anybody's picked it up yet. I mean, they're so worried about these edge guys coming off, and you run that game inside and pick that in there. Great pass pressure. Great pass pressure. All right. So again, there's my contact information, my email, chriskempton53@gmail.com, my cell number, YouTube channel, again, Southern Chill Football. We've got 60 plus 2D animated slides on there for our entire, so a 2D animated slide. So what it is it's a still shot of, say, one of our pressures, one of our blitzes in our 3-3 stack or bear. And I do a voiceover, explains what the slide is. So let's say it's one of our Apache blitzes out of our 3-3 stack. I'll explain the pressure, and then it'll play, and it'll reveal the movements of all the players on there. There's over 60 of them. Everything's in there. Bear, 3-3 stack. I got some videos on there for you guys. So 6:41. My time is up, I think, here. It's been great sharing this with you guys. I hope you got something out of it. I'm sorry that I went so fast, but don't have a lot of time here. If you ever need anything from me, have any questions about any of this, need me to send you any of these things, I'd be more than happy to help and give back to this great game and this great profession in any way that I can. Again, Coach, thank you very much for inviting me to come on here and share, and for your work helping coaches get better.
Coach, we are so glad that you were able to join us. Thank you very much. Like I said, it was so very, very offensive heavy. So to have you come in today, man, I really appreciate you today, my brother. Thank you so much, Coach.
Coach, thank you very much. The best to you. Hopefully our paths cross someday.
You know what? We're only about a couple hours away. We got to make that happen.
If your team's ever down in my neck of the woods, you let me know, and I'll be over to check you guys out.
That's a promise, my brother. Hey, thank you once again, Coach Chris, for sharing with us today. And you guys just hang out a little bit further, and we'll be back at 7 o'clock. Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.